One of the big exciting elements of Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is not just how it's going to hold many different connections to the prequels and the originals as well as Star Wars Rebels, but it's also going to introduce brand new mediums to the franchise that fans have never seen before on the big screen by, of course, writer and director J.J. Abrams. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, what's truly exciting about Episode 9 is that we do know that this movie is getting closer to its release. We are now just 94 days away from seeing this movie and to see exactly how JJ is going to end it all. Something 40 years in the making, 40 plus years in the making, ever since 1977's Star Wars A New Hope. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the set leaks, this is where things begin to get very intense for Episode 9. Now, specifically, it's described that one of the scenes that were filmed during the month of November of 2018, just late last year, involved a sequence that was said to be a part of the third act of the film, that is said to be a massive land battle between the new Sith Empire, the First Order, and the Resistance with their allies. It's explained that Daisy Ridley was on set as Rey, fighting off Sith troopers, using the Force and her lightsaber blade, where one of the scenes was said to involve an actor in his 50s, who appeared to be using the Force as well, also against a couple of mountain troopers firing down on their position. It's explained that the costume design of this character was dubbed as Ezra Combat Outfit _202 Set 2. The sequence is said to involve an actor wearing the outfit who had long black wavy hair in the scene, using a couple of force push moves against the troopers. The scene is said to be very chaotic, where the Resistance calls in all of their allies from all corners of the galaxy to come to one position where the Resistance begins to grow as their allies make it to the battlefield to fight the other two factions. The costume design of Ezra Bridger was described to have been green colors with black armor on the chest of the costume design. So let's go over a couple of parts about this. Now, not only would this line directly up with why J.J. Abrams had a lot of discussions with Dave Filoni, who, by the way, is the showrunner of Star Wars Rebels and the creator of the character of Ezra. Very intriguing, I must add, and now you can see how all the dots are starting to connect here for The Rise of Skywalker and where things are really going. So Ezra Bridger is a long-time fan-favorite character that actually stretches past the live-action movies and into animated form, and a lot of fans have always been wondering what's going on with Ezra Bridger beyond Star Wars Rebels, and will he be affiliated with Star Wars The Mandalorian or Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker? Now, in this particular scenario, it seems to be the case. Very exciting stuff, I must add, about this costume design labeled as Ezra Combat Outfit _202 Set 2. Now, keep in mind that the actor who portrayed this character, dubbed as Ezra, is in his actual 50s. Now, I don't know if you guys knew, but Luke and Ezra Bridger were born very close to each other, and during the events of The Force Awakens, Luke is roughly the age of 56. So you can really see that that is also lining directly up right there in an accurate way as well. So I want to go over this battlefield. A lot of fans are very excited about how there's going to be 3 different factions in this movie. We have the new Sith Empire, which Palpatine calls it that way. We have, of course, the First Order and the Resistance. But on top of the Resistance, alright, the reason why the Resistance is even going to be big in this movie is because in the first act, they are recruiting people from all corners of the galaxy. They are actually sending out signals and traveling to other star systems to find different allies to make the Resistance bigger and just larger to go up against the First Order and eventually the new Sith Empire. Now, this character dubbed as Ezra is actually said to also use the Force Push technique against a group of mountain troopers, while Rey is said to be fighting off a handful of Sith troopers. So like I say, we're getting new, TIE variants in this movie, but we're also getting new variants of the Stormtroopers, which is great because a lot of fans are wondering why the Sith Troopers are called, well, Sith Troopers. There's a lot of talk that at a certain point in time in this movie, that the First Order is going to ally with Palpatine's new Sith Empire temporarily, where they actually get Palpatine's forces, and the First Order actually takes some of Palpatine's forces, and then eventually they part their ways, and it explains as to why they eventually become enemies. So you can see how things are starting to really kind of just make more sense now, and where things are going for Episode 9. Honestly, the fact that JJ said at D23 that this movie's going to be an all-out war with a lot of sacrifices and losses, and that they're going to need all the help that they can get from every spot in the galaxy, whether it's bounty hunters, whether it's, scum from the underworld, right? They have to get people to fight the First Order in order for the galaxy to be free. And that's going to be a very interesting side of the story, is that the Resistance is, of course, recruiting anybody and anyone to fight the First Order. If you think about it this way, when we look at Episode 9, it really is going to be the war to end all wars, as John Boyega also explains it. So, let me know what you guys think about all this below in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.